Hey everybody, welcome back to Let's Play Okami. Last time, we entered Hana Valley after seeing Shinshu Field all cursed up, and Hana Valley is pretty cursed too. We can't even restore nature to it right now. But we came in here, defeated a bear, and got this ball, this crystal, into this floaty water spout thing. The painting that we saw in the last episode and completed made us draw a sun, or means we have to draw a sun. And the sun looks a bit different there from every other point in the game, and I don't completely understand why. But it does. Maybe it's the lighting. Who cares? Maybe it's the fact it's actually like part of a cutscene. Who really knows? But the sphere gets the sunlight power and restores the tree. Kind of. It makes it grow. It doesn't restore it to life though. And even though we literally 5 seconds ago just made it day, there's a constellation of stars. What the? Who turned out the lights? Oh, it's another constellation. This one is of... well, what does it look like? Let's see. Can we see it? Not black space. It looks like... a bong. Kind of. Not really. I barely know what one looks like. It actually looks like a horn. Like a... I don't know. It looks like a weird... it looks like a misshapen ear of corn. Let's just say that. But it's actually a monkey. Amaterasu, origin of all that is good and mother to us all. My gratitude for releasing my body from its slumber. Please accept my humble thanks in return for your great kindness. I am Sakigami, one of the triumvirate of floor gods known as the Hanagami Trio. My brethren and I have been entrusted with the brush techniques, known collectively as Green Sprout. And I'll grant my humble power to you. Use it wisely. So he gives us one part of Green Sprout. That was Sakigami, one of the gods of flora. Anyway, apparently the bloom brush technique can make flowers blossom, simply by drawing a circle on a withered tree. Hey, maybe it'll make the withered guardian saplings blossom. Wow, look at how everything grew back so quick. Sakia wasn't kidding about the power of the guardian saplings. So this is what Hana Valley is supposed to look like. It seems Sakia's guardian sapling has lifted the evil curse. I'm not sure how weak the gods have become lately, but it must have taken some wickedly strong power to suppress this magnificent guardian sapling. Even if you are Shirinu reborn, we might be up for something more than we bargained for. Hey Ame, what about that withered guardian sapling outside? I bet you could revive it like you did this one. And by bringing that guardian sapling back to life, we might be able to lift the curse there too. What are we waiting for? Leap before you think, right? That's a great idea. Just so if you're gonna jump off mountain for some dumb reason, leap before you actually think, I'm going to jump off this mountain. Probably a good idea. Anyway, fight. I don't know why I made the mountain analogy. That was a really stupid analogy. Anyway, a good way to fight these yellow imps as they are is to cover them in ink. Because they go underground. Is to cover them in ink and then you can just hit them. And then cover them in ink again. You can also wait for them to go underground and then appear behind them when they come up and that'll confuse them and make them sad and you'll kill them. Because it's a good idea to kill sad people. They also shoot a cannon and not even aim at you and miss. And then you can hit them apparently. They're really... who makes these... who makes these things and how do they suck so bad? Don't disregard the fact you got hit. That doesn't matter. Just ignore that, please. Or you can. I don't know that. It made me lose my perfect damage rating. This is horrible. This is the worst day of my life. Anyway, now we have rescued some boars. I guess rescued. I don't really know if we rescued them or not. It's kind of... where were they? What were they trapped in? Were they just trapped in the void? They don't eat herbs, they eat seeds. I'm sorry I don't really know what a boar eats. I don't study boology as it is. It's probably called boology. That's not like the study of animals that I don't know. Zoology, I guess. I don't really care. I've got an idea on me. Maybe you could hit its fruit right back at it. We did this before. And well, it's done. You could use Bloom to rid of evil. So yes, now that we have Bloom, we can hit these trees with their own fruit. And then we can bloom them. And then they would be actual trees again instead of murderous trees. Which I guess are actual trees that are just murderous. But, I mean, they got apples. They also 2D objects, but they also... Are these apples? Or are they like melons? Red melons. Those are in Yoshi's Island, so I guess they exist in real life. Everything, if it's in like a video game, it probably exists in real life, right? Hana Valley looks so much better now, but what about this gloomy patch of grass? You can use the power of Bloom to fill it in. Just fill it with your brush and Bloom to carry it. So you don't actually want to draw a circle on this, because, you know, you haven't been taught to do that, obviously. You just want to go... And it'll all be good. So that's a lesson for you, kids. If you're doing bad in, like, math, and you don't know how to do, like, algebra, because you're weird or something, just go, and hopefully you'll get the right answer. I mean, 9 times out of 10, it hasn't worked for me. But there was that one time it did. I think they just gave up trying to grade it, and was like, just give it to him. I don't know what this is. I guess it's math. This one's finicky, by the way. It doesn't want to attack you until you get right up close to it. They also do a little slammy pound, as I'm going to call it from now on, apparently, to attack you if you get too close. But, yeah. Back to the Masteroid. That didn't actually happen. As you could probably tell. So there's actually not any more of the story. There's also these normal dead trees, the ones that won't try to murder you. These are actual trees that are not murderous. Unlike these, which I hate, that try to kill me every single day of my life. If you run out of ink, you turn into a normal white wolf. So you cannot do nothing, as it were. I keep saying that, it's really weird. Anyway, you can bloom more than one tree at once, that one's dead, never mind. Cut it down. If you draw a circle correctly, that was an oval, so, it wasn't a correct circle, because it wasn't even a circle. Fine, you know what, we'll bloom you. Whatever. And maybe if I position the camera correctly, we can bloom these two at once, and they'll be happy together, and they'll actually be alive to be happy together. Bloom! Be alive! Be alive! There we go. Perfect! Perfect. Apples, oranges. Oranges? Oranges. Not orange. What did I even say? How did I say it? I don't even know anymore. I give up on wording. Wordle. Isn't that a game? I don't know what website. I forget the name. There's probably a website in some games. Probably a website in some games still somewhere existing in the cyber web space of Doom. You can't escape from the battles. You can't run away from the battles that I've read. Outlines, I guess. The ones that actually matter. But now that we've taken them out again, we can actually see the island now. It exists. Well, yeah, that's probably why I could see it before it didn't exist. But we have 100 plays now. We can go ahead and upgrade our ink. I was not even thinking that whole time. I don't know what was going on. Did I win? I guess I win. Anyway. Let's go over here and bloom this. If you dig up a green spot like this, it'll bloom a clover, which is probably a reference. Bloom clover? Bloom clover. Probably a reference. Bloom is really annoying. It doesn't work like 50% of the time. 50%. 50. It works when I jump. That's the strat. Digging tips, because you know, digging is hard. You just gotta go. Oh, it doesn't work here. It's really hard, apparently. Maybe I do need the tips. I don't know. Bloom, I give up on you. I give up on you too. If it fails, which one do I give up on? I tried to bloom all 3 of them. Which one do I... Monkeys! They're more important. So now the monkeys love me and I've bloomed these trees. And what happens when we bloom the last 2 trees in Hana Valley? Bloody hell. In Hana Valley they're dead. Well, we not only get 2 prayers, it doesn't really matter as much. But at the... before the painting, will appear a chest. So let's go get that chest. That monkey had like the Rosalina silhouette around it where it was cyan and weird. Speaking of Rosalina, while we have this downtime, I beat Mario 3D World, 100% of it. And none of that illegitimate like get to end of level, turn on 4 Wiimotes, I beat it with 4 characters now. No, I played through every level, including Champions Road, mind you, with every character. Did I have to do it? No, I have 4 Wiimotes I can turn on, but fuck you. Anyway, for getting this chest to appear, we get a sun fragment, which is sort of like a piece of heart in The Legend of Zelda, where you get 4 or 5 and 5 princess, and you get an extra heart container. You get 3 sun fragments in this game, and you get another piece of solar energy, which is your health, your hearts, if you will. So you want to collect as many of those as you can, and we will be collecting all of them because I know them, and where they are, and their names are all Jeff, which is the most, actually I think the most generic name, like statistically, is Joe. Like, there's more people named Joe in the universe than anyone else. Anyway, let's leave Hana Valley. Let's say all by the way. That's a new brush technique in the bag. Now on me. Before you get all excited and forget what you're supposed to do, I have an important tip for you. Ready? Okay then. If you ever forget what to do next, press the plus button on to open the fan menu, and then take a look at the logbook. You'll find your journal there. So he's gonna show us, hey Ame. Yeah. That's how he talks. Your journal is a record of the important dialogue you've heard. It shows all the important info you have in that furry little head. Just stick up the info and stick up info the way I showed you, and you'll be able to recall important things. Your adventure will be a lot easier if you remember this. Also remember first things first. Okay, let's get going. So, we have Bloom now. Let's talk to the Nameless Man, because that's obviously more important. Freaky. It looks like the river suddenly cleared up. I did see Susano whizzing past here a little while ago, but surely it wasn't him who cleaned up the river, was it? Nah, that wouldn't make any sense. But we have Bloom now. Let's go ahead and revive the Guardian Sapling and restore Shinshu. You can't restore from here, can we? We can. Okay. Let's get in range of the sad face and then restore it. So with that, Shinshu Field is restored. Wow, that nasty curse zone is completely gone. The plants and animals are back. I just feel that fresh breeze. Now that's what I call great divine intervention. If you keep on dispelling the evil curse like this, I bet the gods of nature will lend you their power. And because we restored a Guardian Sapling, Konohana grows a little bit and gets leaves on it. Not blossoms, but leaves. Hey, that's Sakia's tree, isn't it? Maybe she perked up because you revived a Guardian Sapling. Well, we can stop by and see her later. I mean, we're kinda on a roll here. How about we take a look around Shinshu Field first? You've been gone 100 years, right? A good run around the place will do you good. So, he marks a couple places on our map, 5 to be specific, that we should explore, and we will do so. Probably not on this episode, but we'll do it nonetheless. Fleeing battle, I already explained that, but let's get into a fight and see if I can, like, explain it better. Because we'll actually be in a fight. Maybe a fight? There we go. Yes, this glowing green spot right there. You can use that to escape from battle. I'm not going to do it because I have little Godhood as it is, but if we attack it for a while, Godhood, not Godhood. If we attack it for a while, it'll turn red, and that means we can jump through and escape. But, again, we're not doing that because I beat Super Mario 3D World with every character 5 times. That does not provide man. I don't know what will. But actually, you can escape from battle while the thing is going on, or maybe you can't. Never mind. I was gonna say you can do it while the credits thing is going on and make it go by faster. We can also just press the plus button and it'll go away. Whoa, what's up with this old gate? I don't like the looks of it. It's just teeming with evil power. I can feel it. Still, you being a god and all, we can't just ignore it. What do you think, my furry friend? Are we going through it or what? These are devil gates. Going through them will give you a gauntlet of enemies to defeat. So we have a green imp and two green imps, one red imp. Let's deal with it. Yay! But that is not all. Usually the battle would end here, but we actually have a couple more enemies that appear. So it's again just a gauntlet that they make you deal with. They're not really all that. They're not any more difficult than the normal fights you have been in so far, I would say. Namely because it's the same enemies, but it's, again, just a gauntlet. How many times am I going to say that instead of actual commentary? I don't know, but defeating that one, or making that one go away, or dispelling that one, I don't know, will cause a chest to appear. With a insignia on it. So that's it. Those things are gateways to monsters' lairs. I've heard of such the gates before. They're called devil gates. These monsters get a lot of nerve building, things like that. Let's tear them down wherever we find them. So yeah, well, we'll deal with those as we come across them, but dealing with that gives us a vengeance slip. Paper depicting karmic backlash. Temporarily deflects enemies' attacks. So if an enemy hits you, it'll counter it. It's pretty simplistic, I would say. While we're running on Shinshu, you want to keep note of these statues you'll find. They'll be important for a side quest much later in the game, but you want to know where they are. But there is also another devil gate near one of the locations Isun wants us to check out, so let's deal with it. Now, I had a glitch one time with this devil gate, and I don't understand it still, and it's only happened one time, and it never fixed itself. Ever. When you defeat this devil gate, it'll spawn a pond. The pond can be used later on in the game to warp yourself around a pond using items that we will obtain. I'm not going to go into too much detail there. It didn't spawn the lake. It didn't play the animation. I don't know why, but it didn't do anything. The devil gate just it went away. There was no more devil gate. There was no more danger. But the thing it was supposed to spawn simply did not spawn, and it still confuses it. And I've looked all around the internet. No one has ever had the same experience there, and I don't understand why it happened to me in that one time, and it never even corrected itself. Like, you think you would like enter and re-enter the area, and maybe then the animation would load like, oh wait, something's wrong here, you can play this, but it didn't load, and then it would do it. But no, it never did. It didn't do this animation, ever. This pond did not appear. And I don't get why. But hopefully, that never happens to me again, because that was actually rather annoying, honestly. So, this building here that Isun wanted us to check out, let's talk about it. What a pretentious sign. Anyway, here's a dojo. It's where people come to learn sword fighting and martial arts. But who knows if they'll train you here. Maybe if you're a good wolfie, they'll teach you a trick or two. But first off, we gotta feed the piggies. What do they eat? Seeds? Why? Then again, why do we eat pigs? I don't know. Yeah, what if they ate the meat feed bags? That'd be pretty questionable. Behind the dojo is 3 blades of grass in this weird formation. Usually when there is this formation, there's a chest in the middle, and this one happens to contain a stray bead. So, let's head into the dojo and see if they'll teach us anything. But there's also burning grass, and I guess he doesn't care. Who cares? Who cares about burning? Right outside your wooden building. Well, well, what do we have here? It looks like I have an adorable lupine visitor. My name is Onigiri-sensei, and this is my dojo. Fight Master Onigiri-sensei. Fighting Master, not Fight Master. What business could a wolf like yourself have at a dojo like this? Certainly you haven't come to study the fighting arts with yours truly. Learn a combat move? Yes. I like the cut of your jib, my furry friend. I'd very much like to while away the hours then play with you, but I'm afraid this place is far too dangerous for creatures like you. That is, of course, unless you can cover the training fee. So, you have plenty of techniques you can learn. You have fleet foot, you can swing the nunchuck to gracefully move out of harm's way, and 4 winds, which will add another attack to your reflector combo. We have other things, but we're not going to get them mainly because we can't, or they're too expensive. I'm going to learn 4 winds. If you're playing the PlayStation 2 or PlayStation 3 version, get fleet foot. It's actually pretty good. However, in the Wii version, it simply does not work. And I'll explain that in a moment. I'll be Monka's uncle. You've got the cash, have you? I see. I suppose I have no choice. I'll do as you wish and allow you to enroll in my dojo. And here is a beautiful Joe reference. The transformation sequence here is the exact same as Joe turning into beautiful Joe. There we go. Are you mentally prepared to handle the ultimate challenge? Step inside to test your might. And the door is gracefully open. But why doesn't Fleet Foot work in the Wii version? Well, I don't know why it doesn't work. I don't know coding and programming and all that stuff. But in the PS2 version, and the PS3 version if you're playing with the controller, you can just press a button and you'll dodge out of the way. If you're playing with the Wii remote and the nunchuck, which you have to if you're playing the Wii version, you have to swing the nunchuck in a certain direction, which would work. Like, you swing it left, you dodge left, fine. But it just, you swing it left and you go up, and it's horrible. I don't know how well it works on the PlayStation 3 if you're using the Move controller. I've never really, I'm guessing it's just the same and it doesn't work. I've never really had anyone say anything bad about it though, so I guess maybe it does work perfectly. I don't know. Anyway, he's gonna keep asking you to do the training thing, but you don't have to do it more than once. You can just leave. In the future, I'm going to be cutting out what I learn, because it's just usually, for the most part, you can now do more attacks. Like, we know how I attack, it's no big deal. But, it's important. I'm probably going to be cutting out and just telling you what I learned in the dojo. But with that, we're going to end this episode here, guys, and I hope to see you next time when we explore all the rest of the areas that Isin wants us to explore in Shinshu. There's a pond, there's 2 near some arch thing, and there's some dude's house. I'll see you guys next time, and let's play Okami.